Common question I get from athletes, especially early in the season, is should their heart rate zones and power zones always agree? Or should their heart rate zones and pace zones always agree? And the answer is no. Although at some time in the season you may find they do agree, it's unlikely they will agree throughout the season. So at the start of the year, you may find that they're pretty close. Zone one in heart rate is about the same as zone one in power. So if you're riding in zone one heart rate, you're probably going to be in zone one power or something very close to zone one. But as the season progresses, they're going to separate. They're not going to stay the same. In fact, the separation could be quite extreme. And as fitness improves, you get faster. Your power goes up, your pace improves, but your heart rate always stays the same. It doesn't change. If your max heart rate is 200 beats per minute, that's not going to go any higher. That's as high as it'll go. But if your FTP was 200 watts, you can maybe wind up going to 230 watts in a matter of a few weeks. So your zone one will no longer be the same as zone one for the heart rate and the other way around. So all your zones are going to be different. So if you have 5 zones, what's going to happen over the course of the season is those 5 zones are going to move apart from each other. And if there's some time during the season when you have a loss of fitness, like you become sick or you have to miss some training for some period of time, then your zones will come back together again and start moving toward each other. So you're basically your fitness is being lost. And as the fitness becomes lost, then the zones begin to agree. Interesting comment on this from Greg LeMond back about probably something like about 40 years ago. Somebody asked him if it got any easier when he got more fit. And he said, no, it doesn't get any easier. You just get faster. And so what he's talking about not getting any easier, he's talking about heart rate. Heart rate is not getting any higher, staying the same. So heart rate is just as hard as it was before, but he's just going faster. In other words, his power output has been increased. So for the very same heart rate, he is going faster. The idea here is that we're always trying to keep our zones moving apart from one another throughout the season and not to be concerned when you see them separate. That's just normal. It's what happens to everybody. Hopefully it happens to you because that just means your fitness is improving.